This game just starting. We have a minute on the clock already. Uh, we got everybody just chilling out. Early game. There will be more games tomorrow. We've got another entire day lined up. We got more teams playing, and then we've got obviously the final tomorrow, I believe.
I should be able to help cast tomorrow as well if you need.
That would be nice. We will see what's up tomorrow. We've got a duo top, I believe, if that serves right. We got Corky and Nami top. They're doing what was done in Worlds last year, where if you can switch your top and bottom lane and put a big enough bruiser bottom lane. Oh, and they're also doing a double mid. This is a very interesting way to play. They're hoping that they can put pressure on top and mid lanes fast enough to allow you to take those two mid turrets before bottom lane will push and take their own.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few rises in the 2v1 situation, and they're fairly successful as long as they can keep the push off.
Yeah, Ryze, he can be a nightmare to a lane opponent if played correctly. We've got a little skirmish already here starting. We got Aatrox getting poked down, locked down by the Leona. That could be the first blood, but thankfully his passive allows him to regenerate, flash away.
Yep.
Tomorrow game should be starting at 2 once again. We got that Nami bubble, but because they're so close to tower, they cannot follow up.
Get a full commitment.
They're certainly keeping him poked down. It looks like we've almost got a duo jungle with Renekton and Aatrox. Another Nami bubble. They're gonna poke him down once again.
That also might just be Renekton trying to take a little bit more experience because he knows he might not get it all in lane.
It could definitely be, but I have not seen him mosey bottom lane yet.
Yep. That is his level 2.
This is quite an interesting team comp here. We got Aatrox trying to play bottom, but getting locked down by that Leona.
That's going to be the first blood.
That Ezreal flash crucial to securing that. Renekton a little too late to help.
As far as the 80 carries farm goes, so far though, it's fairly even, but that kill will put Ezreal ahead so far.
It gives him that 400 bonus gold that is really crucial early game to buy those items that you need.
And then, like expected, they're just going to try to do as much damage to towers as possible. Well, it's a 2v1.
We've got that Ryze knockdown,
well
and
done
that
by that
burst.
Ryze.
That burst was incredible. He just instantly blows her up.
He saw the chance when the tower saw her in range. He took the opportunity, and he definitely made the right play. Incoming Jarvan top lane as well. Not going to be able to do much. I don't
Might
think,
get a
though.
kill. They were really hoping to upset the balance of blue team by going and running this duo mid early game, duo top.
Yep. Unfortunately for them, it seems that it's semi-backfired for them because Ryze is definitely someone who can hold off a split or a 2v1 situation, whereas Ezreal Leona is a lane that if there's not two people for Leona to lock down, she can definitely assist in bursting one down.
Yeah, which happened to that Aatrox, he got his face melted, and he's given that Ezreal the early kill.
Yep.
Renekton's trying to do his best to secure this, but against a duo lane, he does not have the amount of damage nor CC to deal with both of them. It's mighty important that one of these lanes push quickly and early, but blue team might have the advantage here because they did not fall for the
2v1s.
2v1. It would have worked, and it should have worked normally, but unfortunately for them it didn't work, and now their lanes are behind. Because of those 2v1s, their champions are getting less experience, and the single lanes are getting more experience, allowing them to get ahead.
And a huge factor in that is the fact that blue team did take a ranged top lane against that Renekton. So the would-be top lane, the CS difference is going to be in blue team's favor purely for the fact of he has the ability to farm at a distance. Oh, getting coming top lane. See what they can do.
But if he attacks him and then gets stunned under tower, that could be a vital kill for him. Unfortunately, Aatrox's passive is still up, and that Corki flash secures the kill.
Yep. They'll go back top and do what they can to that tower.
If they can
Bot
take
lane
that tower
on the
early,
blue side, though.
then they're...
There it is.
Yep.
Bot lane for blue side is also trying to do the same thing.
It's all about...
Their towers that are about 45%.
It's all about getting that early gold. That's the key. If you can get those towers down, you can get your team a lot of gold in a short amount of time, putting you ahead. However, they're almost equal in gold. Blue team down by 200.
And that's purely for the fact of they haven't had the same opportunity to sit and farm. So when they took that tower, one tower is worth 750 gold for the whole team.
Right.
That's just absolutely huge for getting gold back. And here's the engage.
We've got the Leona engage plus her ult. They're trying to escape, and it might work. Both exhausts are burned on the 80 carries. Leona trying to body block,
there we go. There's the double.
but we get that double kill.
Corki still has barrier as well as Nami still having her ult. Whereas over on blue side, both Ezreal and Leona had to burn everything they had to try to survive.
Purple
And
team
Ezreal's
going for
flash
dragon, but
back
after
up, man.
backing off.
Something I find absolutely amazing about Aatrox jungle is that he can be at no health and still manage to take the buffs.
Yeah, if you take early 2 regen beads, you can easily just jungle forever, because you don't have to go back to heal.
It looks like for him he took the Dorn's Blade choice, which is another good move based on how he can gain, since he gains life every 3 attacks anyway.
Yeah.
But that bonus...
Jarvan looking for a gank there.
But unfortunately he's sitting right next to a ward for purple team.
Ezreal trying to do some things there, but Corki and Nami has great escape. Corki's got that Valkyrie, and then Nami with her bubble and ultimate can easily slow you enough that you can't follow.
What's really funny about their bot lane is blue team is all about the engage, whereas purple team is all about the disengage.
And it's working for them because disengage is greater than engage. Ezreal
Almost
trying to get that Nami, but doesn't.
And that's all due to her taking the early ruby crystal so she can rush a Sightstone. There's Sightstone, as well as a few mana pots. Whereas if you look over to Leona, she rushed the Emblem of Valor like all Leonas usually do. And looks like she is also going for Sightstone next. Alright, 80 carry matchup. It looks like Ezreal rushed his Sheen, whereas Corki rushed his Phage. Which definitely makes a drastic effect where Corki will gain that movement speed.
He'll gain that movement speed and allow him to catch his opponents. Ezreal just currently doesn't have the base damage to really make that Sheen quite as effective.
Yep.
Purple team up by 2,000 gold at 12 minutes into the game. The Gragas
Something
missed his barrel, pushing her away, wasting his ultimate. That could have been deadly for Orianna if he had landed it on the other side of her. Jarvan engaging here on Nami,
fight on Nami, and this could be it for Ezreal.
and then for that ult on Corki, Ezreal goes down to the Leona. Or no, that's a Nami to the Leona. Ezreal makes it away surprisingly enough. With
Very, very low health, but this
tiny
fight
amount of
not
health.
over yet. Oh,
Orianna coming in to
and
provide
Shockwave.
that great damage. Sadly though, Aatrox's passive always seems to be up in every fight. Jarvan flashing away.
This Ryze does not want this fight to be over.
That was a very, very good exchange. Positive for blue team.
That actually evened out the gold. Well-timed flash by that Orianna, saving her life. Alright, comparing lanes, it looks like mid lane Orianna's up by about 10 CS and a kill, which means she'll be able to definitely sit on a comfortable lead against Gragas as long as she gets back to lane really fast. In the jungles, Aatrox seems to have been farming a bit more, whereas Jarvan's been trying to get a lot more of those ganks off, which shows with Jarvan's 0 deaths and 3 assists.
It's paid off though. He has more
Yeah.
gold overall. That Corki Valkyrie can be one of the most annoying things as an AD carry because you think you're gonna get him, but he just runs away and there's nothing much you can do.
It's like a well-placed arcane shift
Yeah.
on Ezreal. It's something that you're so sure of, and then instantly gone.
Mid lane looking like there could be a possible fight brewing while they put the pressure on bottom lane. However, they got top or Nectin trying to push down lane and split push.
Yep. Got a little ward face off mid lane. And there's a pink ward for purple side and a blue for, or in a green for blue side, but it doesn't look like they're gonna bother clearing that, which is strange. I always like the plus 30 gold. Or 15 if I'm not playing support.
We've got a Renekton looking like he's going for that mid Orianna.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Orianna backs off.
Also, if you look at Orianna's damage potential right now, I feel like if Renekton engaged at the wrong moment, she could definitely kite him well enough around that turret.
Most definitely. We've got a fight, definitely bring bottom. All 5 of their teammates trying to push bottom.
Everyone but Ryze is currently bot.
But blue team with the tower has enough to hold them off between Orianna and Jarvan ults. Ezreal trying to get
Could
some.
just be taking the tower. That looks like it's what they're gonna do.
Blue team deciding it is not worth it to try and contest that.
Turret has been destroyed.
Ryze is still top, trying to push, maybe take his tower. Doesn't look like he'll be able to do that though. His minion line isn't strong enough, and he does not have enough base AD.
If they get distracted with with Dragon enough, he might be able to, giving them that first tower.
Blue team is doing a really good job of keeping them distracted for that very reason, so that way they have the chance to take top tower. Looks like Renekton and maybe Gragas are heading up there. Nope.
They need
Just
that
Renekton.
tower. It will put them ahead in gold. Especially they have more kills. It's just their CS is just a little lacking on blue side.
Did you just see Renekton just stop and stand still?
It was interesting.
I was like, what is he doing? He just wants to tease Rise into getting that tower. So as it stands, top tower is very, very low, but it does not seem like they'll get it.
It's still open.
Purple side's bot tower is also quite low. The only tower on purple side that is still quite high is their mid tower.
Mid tower is one of the important ones. Is that it's a very short lane. Minions can push quickly. The distance between towers is much shorter. It's that key lane that if you have control over mid, you can really control the rest of the map.
Looking at vision control, we have a little bit of vision throughout the blue team's jungle for purple side. It's going to help Aatrox and possibly Renekton catch out maybe Jarvan and Ori if she goes for blue. But then on blue side, we have only a ward on Dragon, it looks like. And it's in the back of the pit. That could... Oh, and there's one in there. Try. But that could... The vision war is definitely something that wins the bot.
It definitely does. It's what makes the difference between good teams and great teams. That key ward placement and being able to know where all the other players are. Like this mid push here, unless bottom pushes and takes, they're losing towers left and right that are not worth it. They need to.
It looks like they will be able to take bot tower, but that's leaving a 5v2 mid lane, which was successfully pushed back, but that's only because Ride's Orianna is a very scary thing to face. The burst potential for those two is absolutely insane.
However, surprisingly enough, blue team is keeping up in gold, even though they only have one tower down, and they're up 2 kills. Their farm is what's really floating their team right now.
Yep. And right here is where it matters, that vision war that we were just talking about. The fact that blue team didn't have any vision is definitely what led to this fight.
Orianna misses her flash with that Jarvan ult.
Down goes Leona.
Unfortunately, that Aatrox lifesteal is just going to keep him alive.
Down goes Rise by that barrel.
It's a 3-for-0 right now. There's not much blue team can do. Ezreal just does not have the damage that he needs right now.
And a lot of that comes from having rushed his Triforce. It's a really common thing, but a lot of Ezreals have been doing that when it's really, really detrimental for them to sit there in lane, maybe get a tier, farm with your Q, get all the mana you can, so that way when you get a Sheen, or not a Sheen, but a Miramana possibly, you have so much more damage potential than any other AD carry.
Right. That Rush Triforce, it doesn't give enough damage for what he needs because their Corki out damages him so much with that well, actually Corki rushed a Triforce too. That's surprising. But Corki's just does so much more damage in terms of a team fight than Ezreal does.
Yeah, a lot of that comes from his ultimate. Missile Barrage, its damage potential against somebody who, even Ezreal, who has quite a bit of mobility, if just a few of those hit, it can make or break a fight. Because Ezreal's True Shot Barrage is a skill shot that you see coming from so far away, and it's so easily found. Looks like top tower for purple side is going to go down. Very, very good for blue side. Towers currently stand 2 for blue, 3 for purple.
Blue team needs to catch up. With that last fight, purple team jumped ahead in kills, giving them that bonus gold. allowing them to take the lead here and put the pressure on blue team.
Alright, both the AD carries have their summoners, and looks like they're gonna, like, blue side's going to keep this push up mid lane.
Ryze just can't do much against that Renekton. He's too tanky and has too much resists for really Ryze to be much effective top lane.
Definitely, he needs to be able to kite under a tower to make the fight for him a lot easier. Alright, it looks like blue side has extended their wardage a little bit more. They have it just a line from their raise towards the enemy team's blue buff.
Yeah, but they only warded in that one place where they got ganked from last time, and
Yeah.
they really need
And
more
cleared.
wards around Dragon and around Baron. We haven't seen many Baron team fights this tournament, which is surprising because a good Baron fight can really change the game in a drastic way. Because you get that ace, and then you're already close to the mid lane. You can just push top or bottom, or top or mid, really easily with that bonus damage.
I think what a lot of it is people are scared that if they try to go for that fight, like the fact that if they lose that fight, it could mean that it's game for them. But the thing is, it's risks like those that can decide everything about a team.
It's that if you play high risk and it pulls off, that's really what Riot has designed champions recently to do. They want you to play risky. They want you to know your stuff so that when you do that, then you can hopefully secure those high risks and get good kills.
I mean, come on, we've all seen Jinx, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's the definition of high risk hero. Lucian too. They don't have much escape, but they've got great abilities that if you use them properly, then you can really secure those kills. Blue team gets
Taking
2 kills for the 1.
most of that fight, and now 2. Ezreal
Now
getting
2.
caught by Gragas and Renekton, definitely changing how that fight turned out. Corki coming back in for some reason.
Trying
So
to help,
low.
but one careful mistake by him, and it could be
And
game.
Game over.
They're trying to do things to this Renekton, but it's taking all 3 of them to take him down, and he's still doing a significant amount of damage.
And this next shot, if it lands, will be the
There we
entrance.
go.
There it goes. All right, that looks.
Gragas,
That definitely was in the favor of blue side.
most definitely. Gragas pushing though up to tower. Blue team needs to take that mid tower soon.
All right, gold is pretty even. It looks like just under a half, or roughly 500 gold difference. That's just a little bit of farm, guys.
Not much.
Very
So
close game.
it's still a close game. We've got 2 towers to 3, 8 to 8 kills. It's still anyone's game.
Like you said, one well-placed Baron fight, and it could change everything.
They could get 2 mid. The blue team could get those 2 mid towers if they do a nice Baron fight, and that's really how this game's going on. They either need to have a nice fight or outplay and pick off some of their high level targets.
Well, also, if so here's how it stands for both teams. If purple can get in the back and evaporate Orianna and maybe Ezreal not as much because he's not doing as much damage right now, but or Orianna and maybe Ryze, taking them out is absolutely what will win fights for them. Ooh,
Renekton's
Jarvan
really
getting
going
caught
to
out here.
change this game, but Jarvan got caught out, so now it's going to put blue team on the defensive.
As they say in hockey, purple team is on the power play.
That they are. The problem is that Renekton, he's so tanky, he can just jump instantly to the back line and disintegrate anybody. Leona not too terribly tanky here. It's really going to depend on Ryze.
Oh, that well-placed barrel. Landing on all 3 of them, just magically they all walked into it. And there goes the bot's tier 2 tower.
This could be the turning point here with that now up of 2k gold. It's really, I mean, the 4-1 Corki, the 3-0 Gragas is what's turning it around. They've got these great damage sources, and they're their carries too.
Yep.
The Gragas is just relentless with his poke. You can't hang around him too much, or he's gonna throw barrels all day, and he's gonna do damage to you, and you're not gonna get much off him.
It's exactly why most Graguses or champs like Cassiopeia, they build that early chalice. So, like even Orianna, you see the or Unholy Grail. It gives them the ability to do that constant poke, which is what turns fights around. Dragon goes to purple side, while blue side looks like they're gonna try to take the tower.
But it's not
Maybe.
wise because purple team is right on their flank, and that Nami ult is gonna really
Very
disrupt
well placed.
blue, but
Moves
blue's
by
still
Brian and
up.
Orianna, like I said, Orianna is definitely making plays right now.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
If they can
Alright,
continue
go
this
for
momentum
it.
and push up and take that second tower, it's still anyone's game. This is a very closely matched team skill-wise.
So far, a 3-for-1 for blue side.
And it was
Looks like that's where it's
Jarvan
gonna
too.
end, but
Jarvan's not a high-level target that they need to be able to take out.
Turret has been destroyed.
like I said, Orianna changed that fight
She
completely.
really did. If she gets a
lets
Lich Bane
Ryze lock
or
in. Yeah,
any item such as that, it's really gonna make her the carry of the game.
going back and looking at it, I'm doing it in slow motion. Ryze managed to lock down Corki, and that rune prison that he landed on Corki right at the beginning of the fight absolutely made a huge difference in Purple Team's damage output.
Let's go back and review that fight here. I'm gonna slow it down too. That. All right, so here we come. They take Dragon, and slowing it down, we've got blue team sees them and they don't hesitate. Blue team runs towards the enemy. Nami's trying to fire some bubbles off, but it doesn't really work. She doesn't hit anything. They're still attacking the tower. Leona's kind of hanging back. Interestingly, Ryze gets initiated on, but Aatrox and them miss. Orianna stuck in the middle of the fight. But like you said, that rune prison on Corki is really what makes the change, because he's not in the fight until the very end, and by then, all their tanks are down and hurting. Ezreal and Orianna are standing away from the fight while Purple Team focuses on Leona and Ryze.
Yep. All right, and back up to the live part of it. Purple Team is pushing straight down mid, trying to take out that tower, whereas it's 5v4 because Ryze is sitting top. Oh, here he comes. Another fight like that could break out. Ezreal ult is still on cooldown. All summoners except for Smite and Flash Exhaust for Leona are up for blue side, whereas over on purple side it looks like Ignite for Renekton and Gragas are down, as well as Barrier for Corki. So if a purple team does decide to fight, or if blue team does decide to fight right now, this could go in their favor if they land another good shot.
It could.
Or, yeah, Shockwave. I had it right. Oh, blue team initiated.
Blue team jumping in. He doesn't catch anyone, but it allows
Yet again going down.
Ryze is in trouble there.
The Orianna, the Ezreal.
But that Orianna Ezreal, even though they lost Ryze, just decimates. Renekton, the only one to make it away solely because of his silly amounts of health and resist. But it doesn't matter because he can't do much to them while they push. He has to go back.
And looking at the three that survived for blue side, you have two major carries and the support, a tanky support that, although she hasn't...
She's just gonna run up and tank tower hopefully while they can
Exactly.
tank it.
And then incoming Renekton, hopefully
But
he'll jump on them, try to stop them.
He can't, but... Or he does, but he can't do much. They're just gonna sit there and take it because they can lock him down, and then they're just gonna kill him right here. Leona's gonna be able to lock him down. Unfortunately,
Nami comes in to save him.
unfortunately, Ezreal and Orianna backed off before the Leona went in. Luckily, though, thanks to Orianna,
That speed
she's
boost
able
as
to
well as
escape.
slow for the enemy.
And then the
Well
shield.
placed Ezreal. Purple side yet again, keeping a siege down mid lane.
Keeping that siege, but they're down in gold, towers, and kills now. It's still anybody's game as they're gonna take this tower.
The huge change in this game has definitely been in towers, because before you had 4 turrets taken out, Purple had taken out 4 turrets, whereas Blue had only taken out 2, and now it's dead even in towers. It has definitely changed because you have pushers like Orianna with that amazing wave clear, as well as Ryze with his amazing wave clear, Ezreal's ability to siege towers like nobody's business. And it looks like we could get that.
We could get another
Baron fight.
fight brewing here. They're sneaking up into the jungle, but nobody's contested Baron, even though Purple does have vision, but an easily placed vision ward would take that out, and they could loop around and come back for Baron. Because
It looks
Purple
like they're
team,
just gonna go try to take the inhib.
yeah, that's an interesting choice.
It's dangerous, assuming that Renekton can get into that back line again like he did during that last fight.
But still,
But-
you look at it farm-wise, you've got Corki at 201, but Orianna, Ezreal, and Ryze are all 170 and
Roughly
above.
200.
However, the gold
Renekton-
differential is only 1,000 right now, not even a full item yet.
A definite difference in this game has definitely been top lane farm, because Ryze has definitely had top lane locked down on farm. He has the most farm in the game at the current moment, to Renekton, who has almost as much farm as his jungle.
Renekton gets
and
locked
Renekton
down there. If they can
burst.
kill Renekton,
If they can kill Renekton, the fight that ensues afterward is theirs. Renekton has been the scariest thing bursting into the enemy team's back line.
they're
Looks like
smart
they're
to
just gonna
pull
back off the Big
off
Dragon.
here. It's better to take an objective rather than they're gonna try and wait and see about a
They're
trap
gonna
here.
Busho death them.
Purple team thinks they're going for Dragon.
Oh,
They're gonna check the bush, but I don't think they saw anything.
I don't think they did either. This could be something very interesting happening. Oh, it looks like they know.
I'm gonna switch
Oh,
to Purple
yes.
team Fog of War. Yeah, they do see the Jarvan. They've got a little bit of sight down river.
Yeah.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
I think that was the sixth sense. I'm looking back at it now. The sixth sense of that that Aatrox is what stopped that fight, because he knew that they were going to bait that out, because looking back, they pinked it, but blue side pinked it, but there were no wards in there until Aatrox threw one down.
Yeah.
Looks like Aatrox is the new Spider-Man, because his Spidey sense was indeed tingling.
Aatrox is pretty scary in this fight too. He's not as silly as the last one was, but he still does a significant amount of damage that cannot be ignored. Blue team's gonna try and push that, or Purple team's gonna try and push that top tower with that minion wave they've got going there. However, mid lane also got a creep wave.
Yep.
But luckily for, here's a team fight.
Down goes Ryze.
Ryze the first to melt, but Renekton is taking that
Renekton
tower
is
damage.
taking that tower. Wow. Almost dead. One well-placed Q from Orianna would kill him.
If she can get to him with that Nami heal,
There's the
unfortunately.
heal. And there goes the tower down for blue side.
Destroyed.
If you look bot though, bot lane also has a reasonable size to
Yeah, that creep wave could take it.
quite possibly, especially since they have more coming. As long as they can keep the eyes down in other lanes, they should be able to do fine. Oh, incoming Renekton to save the
though,
tower.
with his back, his forced back, probably will take that creep wave out.
I'm almost disappointed in the lack of Baron fights.
Yeah, I mean, I love a good Baron fight, but we just haven't had any so far. Sure, teams have taken Baron, but there's never been a good fight over it, like Double Lift's great pentakill back in the All-Stars. That was
Yeah.
a Baron fight. That was the perfect Baron fight.
I honestly, I honestly think that it would just be beneficial to just make a small award for best Baron fight, so that way people try to entertain us.
That
I mean,
is.
after all, this game is for entertainment, isn't it?
It really is. It's made to be watched and to be commented on. That's an interesting double ward there. I think Aatrox got a little ward happy.
I think that he was assuming that they were going to keep killing them, so he wanted to put as many down so that way they couldn't kill them all. Because eventually one would go invisible.
Yeah.
Even though I'm fairly certain, let me check. Yeah, Jarvan does have oracles, so he would have been able to see them anyway.
It looks
Alright,
like we got.
looks-
Oh, never mind. Renekton's just passing through.
Rex in solo Baron.
Obviously, that's how this is gonna go.
I don't know, I had a fun game where I did a Riven solo Baron the other day.
Hmm.
It was funny because my team was so obsessed with pushing, and I was like, guys, we can just take Baron and win the game. And they're just like, no, that's pointless. I'm like, Baron decides the game.
Oh, Aatrox gonna get jumped on by blue team here. His passive,
jump is
but he
down.
already used his jump. That's gonna allow them to take him, and now it's a 5v4.
Now is the time to make that fight happen.
But blue team does not have any ward coverage to tell them where purple team is to go and initiate that fight.
Maybe this Jarvan will just go around and clear Baron wards, hopefully. Looks like he's not. Looks like he's just going to try to push down mid, try to get that inhibitor.
It is the best course of action. You've got your guys pushing bottom to hopefully push that lane off. And then you've got the rest of your team. I mean, really, they should just tank top turret and take it. Leave a person or two mid lane and go take that top turret, but they're getting harassed enough. They've got a teleport incoming. The Jarvan engages because Ezreal is now in the fight. Or Ryze is now in the fight. However,
Jarvan down. This fight is definitely going in purple side's favor, with the ability for Renekton to just jump back there and evaporate carries.
Jarvan ran in without the rest of his team and just got evaporated on the spot, which unfortunately caused him.
That is going to have a huge effect on this. They could take inhib right now if
They
Ezreal cannot properly defend.
They could very well take inhib and maybe another third tier tower too.
If I were them, I would probably go for top since it has the minions right there. It's so ready for you. But that is assuming that
They're trying to get this
is-
Ezreal here. We got Corki trying to pick up that kill. Renekton tanking those towers, but
There goes the tower.
Has been destroyed.
Inhib. Leona's up in 7. Jarvan is up.
Blue team's
Jarvan trying to make plays, but unfortunately without the rest of his team, he's not that great. He doesn't have a lot of health. He's only got blue buff and Warden's Mail. He's doesn't have a lot in the way of items besides his armor boots. Which
Strangely, something that I'm starting to see is a lot of mostly AD teams. For instance, just like last game, they had very minimal, or not last game, the game before.
yeah,
They had very minimal AP.
they had
only
one
their
AP based champion.
and then all AD. So it was really easy to see all this. And if I'm correct, they actually lost, and part of it was because it was so easy to just build armor against them.
Yeah, after they took out Force of Nature, what really we started to see is APs became a little stronger because there's no go-to item for AP resist anymore that provided a big chunk of nice AP resist. Now you gotta build 2 or 3 items in order to get that same effect.
Yep. I miss Force of Nature.
I do too. It was such a great item. Like, you get Shen, you build your War Mugs, you build your Force of Nature, and nobody can touch you.
Can everyone in chat please take a moment of silence for Heart of Gold?
Yes. Heart of Gold. That was... I loved my Heart of Gold on my supports.
Yeah. It's a good item. Instead, they replaced it with something that just gives you wards.
Which it's nice. It's nice to have a refillable ward container, but with this next cap coming up on with this next cap coming up on the amount of wards you can hold, it's not gonna be pretty.
Yep. Ward battles are definitely going to be decided by... I feel like when that happens, it's going to be less about buying the vision wards, and it's going to be more about buying oracles.
It's also gonna be about how the people on your team contribute ward-wise. Does your AD carry buy wards? Does your not only your support but your AP and your jungler buy wards? Because what we've seen in especially the lower elos is that it's solely dedicated to the support to buy the wards. It is their job. However, in the higher elo play, you see everyone have at least one
got
ward.
wards. It's funny because I myself am a low elo player. I'm silver 5 right now. I'm so bad. But the point is, like, even when I play AD carry, if I just killed like 20 minions, I go back, I get an item, and I have like 100 gold left, I'll pick up a sight ward because I feel like I used to main support, and I hated it when people blamed me for no vision.
Especially because then the support gets behind in gold because they're the only one buying the wards, and they have to buy a massive amount of wards in order to keep up. They get behind in items, like we see this Jarvan. He has almost no items that are helping his team.
Purple team has slain the dragon.
Alright, looking at ward coverage, we have a few scattered wards for blue side, and purple side, the only wards they have are the very back, and the fight, of course, breaks
got
out
a
as soon as I start talking about wards.
Yeah, we got a team fight going on, but it looks like it's gonna go in purple's favor.
Yep. Hunting down the Jarvan. The flash comes out from Aatrox attempting to get that. Ezreal may get away. Oh, nope, the Corki Valkyrie. That might be it.
That could very well. They could easily
They're
push
ignoring Jarvan.
to Nexus towers right now. They're gonna catch Jarvan if he doesn't have any movement speed here.
Oh, they don't even care about Jarvan anymore. They just want they want game. They're
They're
going for it.
gonna get Renekton to tank these towers and just push as hard as they
One
can.
down. There's the other.
They've got 20 seconds till anybody's up. They've got this game in the bag here.
Yep. Very well done by the purple team.
A definite congratulations to Purple. They played hard. They played well. It was anybody's game for a while there, but that late game Renekton just really changed everything.
Yep, made a huge